Hey guys, what's up? Alpha here. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but the wait for Elder Scrolls 6 seems like one that is lasting forever. And ever since the teaser dropped, all I've wanted to do is play RPG games. Open world RPG games. But let me tell you, there's only so many times you can re-download The Witcher 3 and Dragon's Dogma, and I'm running out of platforms to buy Skyrim on. So in this first episode of Why I'm Hyped, I come to you very happily with some great news of an upcoming RPG game. And not just any RPG game, a very, very unique and original title. Ladies and gentlemen, GreedFall. Brought to you by French game developers Spiders. You may know them from their work on The Technomancer or Bound by Flame. Or you may not, those are relatively small titles. This is a huge step up for them. So the story in a nutshell is that there is a very fatal illness plaguing the 17th century inspired land, and your political leader has tasked you with investigating and colonizing a foreign island. You can play as a male or female. You will start off in the city of Serena and then will later travel to the island Tearfred. So I've read that you actually can't go back to the starter city Serena, but apparently it's very wide and open and there's a lot to do. Apparently it's a very lengthy prologue. So that brings me to the world. It's semi-open, so basically that just means that you have to unlock, sections of the land of the island that you travel to. You have to unlock different sections to be able to travel freely between them. So you can't just go do everything straight away. You can't just freely roam around the island like in Skyrim. You can just go anywhere you want immediately. It's not like that. Apparently each region is very unique, has different climates. There's a lot of exploration, there's dungeons and stuff, so I'd imagine there's a hell of a lot of stuff to discover even just within these regions. So that might make the game feel more open than it actually is. So usually I'm like, yeah, I want open world is the only way to go, but this still sounds very, very appealing. There is no horses or anything like that. You cannot travel by horse like you can in Skyrim or The Witcher. You can fast travel. There's fast travel points and you can fast travel between the regions. And as I was saying about each region of the island being unique, so is the wildlife. There is various different types of regular animals and monsters, and they will they will fit the setting that they are in. And there may be some animals that you find in one region that you will just not see in another because of their uniqueness to that certain region. The developers also stated that they really wanted to, give their animals and creatures a background. They've thought about where they came from, how they've came to be. So I'd imagine from this information that there's going to be like some sort of animal glossary, like The Witcher, which I absolutely love. When I encounter a new enemy or something in games, I love where you can read on it and get a lot of detail about them. One of my greatest memories of that was when I was playing The Suffering, that horror prison game, and each type of unique enemy had a background, and it was incredible. So I love stuff like that. So this is a huge plus for me if that's the way they're going. But the lore for the game does not stop with the animals and creatures. So apparently there's 3 cities, there's plenty of villages, and there's different tribes, and each tribe and villages and cities, they have families, and apparently there's lore and background to them all. So I mentioned tribes. Supposedly there is 5 factions that you can ally yourself with, and from those factions you can get 5 unique followers. You can only have 2 followers at one time, but they are all very unique. They all have a very unique skill set, very different to one another, and they can actually die, or they can betray you if you upset them or upset their tribe or anything, or where they're from, their faction. So between the factions you can actually pick sides. You can maybe choose to help the natives to the island and go against who you've actually gone to the island for. You can go against your own people, you can ally yourself with the natives, and a tribe or faction can actually disappear from existence from your choices. Apparently all missions, even if it's not main quest, is all story orientated. Everything links in with the main story. There's elements of diplomacy because of you trying to colonize this island. The choices that you make in different missions, whether it be if you kill someone or something you say in conversation, I'm not sure, but it will heavily influence your game. A quick side note on how serious the devs are actually taking this game. They hired a linguist to create a language, their own language for the natives of the island. Now, as for character development, there is a very extensive skill tree. It kind of looked confusing when I first seen it, but I'd imagine that it will be a lot simpler once you start playing and you get used to it. In combat, you actually have this supernatural ability. The natives also use some sort of supernatural magic. All weapons and clothing and armor is like upgradable, and there is different levels of rarity to the weapons and armor. It looks like you can mix and match your different armors and the clothing that you wear. You can wear necklaces and capes, shoulder pads. There's firearms as well, so it looks very extensive, the weapons and armor category. So all in all, there seems like there's a hell of a lot in this game. A lot of adventuring around, a lot of discovering, a lot of great choices to make, a lot of ways to shape your own game. A very vast semi-open world with plenty of exploration between dungeons and cities, villages, and a ton of wildlife as well, along with monsters that you will end up having to battle. All the great things that make an awesome RPG. So to summarize, not only am I incredibly hyped for this because it's going to kind of get me through this dry period of not having much to play RPG wise, waiting for Elder Scrolls 6, but I'm genuinely hyped because I think that I'm going to really enjoy this type of game. I'm going to really find myself getting lost in this game. It seems like there's a hell of a lot to do, and I can't wait for September 10th when it's released. It will be releasing on PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC. Let me know down in the comments, guys, what you think of GreedFall. Are you excited for it? Is it not your cup of tea? If you want to know more about this game, the devs are actually releasing an episodic web series on YouTube. It gives you a bit more information about the game. I highly recommend checking it out if you're interested in buying the game. I know I'll be buying it. I can't wait. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.